Hey guys, how's it going? It's your girl, LadyDiscoSpider, and welcome to today's episode of Eat the Cake Anime. In honor of the second season being announced, the show we're going to be talking about today is none other than the infamous Promised Neverland. Let me tell y'all something. I am obsessed with this show. I'm pretty sure I watched it from start to finish like 5 times in a span of like 3 weeks. Like, obsessed. I did nothing else but eat, sleep, and drink Promised Neverland when I first saw it. Shout out to my best friend for getting me hip because, man, 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 man. So there's these kids, these sweet, adorable orphan children, and you can tell like from the beginning that they're like really close knit. They love each other so much. And the show starts out, one of the girls is getting adopted. And so they are at the gate, or the fence that's in the backyard. And they're just like, I wonder what life's like on the outside. Wonder what life is like on the outside. Make sure that you write us. We're gonna miss you so much. Normal stuff that kids say like when they're separating. And it was like this beautiful, touching moment. They end up having dinner, and like at the end of the day, the girl goes and she's leaving. Everyone says their goodbyes. They're crying. It's a beautiful moment. Well, the little girl that's getting adopted, she usually carries this creepy looking, adorable bunny around, and she forgot it. It's sitting there on the table. So the oldest kids, Norman and Emma, were just like, you know what? Let's go ahead and bring her bunny. We still see the lights on at the gate, so let's go ahead and bring her bunny. Well, they were always told to never go through the gate, so like they were kind of hesitant, but they're just like, we gotta help the girl, her bunny's like her best friend. So they go through the gate. They don't see anything there but like a long hallway and a truck. There's some doors on the side of the hallway, but they don't know what they're looking for. So they open the truck because obviously the little girl's in the truck. She's about to leave, right? They open the truck, and in the back of the truck, they see her dead body with a flower in it. And they lose their shiz. Obviously, because why wouldn't you? So they're trying to figure out what's going on. They actually see like these demon monster things. And so they hide under the truck, and they're trying to like get themselves together. So they find out that they are actually on a farm and they are being groomed to be eaten. Their whole lives shattered immediately. That's one thing I love about this flipping show. Like a lot of shows that I watch, like they start off slow. They do a good job of introducing the characters to you, and then they start off with a small problem and they build as the character grows stronger or becomes more in tune with themselves or whatever the case may be. But not Promised Neverland. Promised Neverland makes the stakes life or death from the jump. And it's crazy. They also have this really great habit of, something crazy is about to happen. Notice that drippy faucet in the background. Notice that little slug that's crawling on the floor over there. Notice the butterfly twinkling in the corner. Then boom. Like, it's crazy. It's so creepy. So, back to the plot. So they were freaking out, but they had to pretend, once they got back to the house, they had to pretend that they weren't freaking out because they didn't want, like, to get shipped. So, of course, they're just like, man, we gotta escape. So, Emma, sweet Emma, was just like, we can't just escape. We gotta get everyone else to escape. Now, mind you, this is a whole house of kids. Like, I want to say there's like 30-something kids there, including babies. Like, and Emma's trying to take everybody. Doesn't make any sense. It's not going to work. I'm letting you know right now, guys. I'm sorry to spoil it for you if you guys were planning on watching it. It's not going to work. Okay? It makes no sense. But, you know, Norman, he's in love with Emma. Don't tell anybody. He was just like, you know, I'm not about to break her heart like that. We're going to try. We're going to try. But we're also going to have to do this without letting everybody know. So they end up actually doing this really cute thing. They end up training the kids playing tag. So their backyard at the house is like really big, and it's great so that they can have like a nice playtime when it's time to go outside. So what they do is they basically teach the kids, you know, cover your tracks, build up your stamina, stuff like that, all while playing tag. Which brings me to my second thing that I love about this show. Even though the stakes are so high, and even though like this is serious stuff that they're dealing with, they always remember that they're children, and they deal with things, or they think about stuff the way that children would. Even though Norman and Emma, Norma, that's a cute relationship name. Oh, Norma. Norman and Emma and Ray, their friend Ray, there's the three of them, they have perfect scores. So they're smarter than the average 12-year-old. But yeah, they're still 12. So they think about stuff and they do things like children would. And then plus they got all these people under them because they're the oldest. They're the oldest and the smartest. So they have kids under them that they have to try to bring to their level as much as they can so that they can all escape. And it's a lot. So they end up telling Ray, which is their third friend, and Ray's just like, look, just the three of us are going to escape. Bump all of these other people. Ray's really smart. But, you know, Norman and Emma are just like, we can't do that. So Ray pretends to play along, and they end up trying to like find things out. They find out that they have tracking devices on them. They find out what is behind the fence in the backyard. They're just trying to like scope things out so that they can escape. Well, while all of this is going on, they end up cluing into the other older kids, but they lie to them. They don't tell them that they're being eaten. They tell them like human trafficking and stuff, like kind of trying to give them hope that they could save everyone. They find out that there's a wall in the backyard, so they have to like try to figure out how they're going to get over this wall. And it's a lot. Well, they find out that someone is actually spying on them for their mom. Their mom, her name is Isabella. She's the one that's been taking care of them this whole time. She is totally aware of everything that is going on. She knows that the demons are coming for them, or are buying them, and yet she takes care of them. She makes sure, like, she's the one that makes sure that they're high quality food for these monsters. So this woman that has been taking care of them their whole lives and that they thought loved them is actually terrible. So they're trying to make sure that she doesn't find out that they know, but they find out that there's a person kind of like spying for her. Well, they think, of course, naturally, that it's one of those two other kids that they let in. So they end up doing like this test to see who is the spy. Come to find out, Ray's been the spy this whole time, and he's actually been spying on them for 6 years. And it was actually Ray who set up for them to find out what happens behind the gate. It's crazy. So, meanwhile, while they're finding all this stuff out, there is this other lady that comes. She's another grown-up, which blows everybody's mind because it's just like, okay, so obviously there's other humans out in the world. So we have hope that when we do escape, we can go somewhere. But, so this other mother, well, she's not a mother, she's a sister because she's not in charge. This other woman, Sister Krona, I have mixed feelings about Sister Krona. She's special. I feel like, honestly, Don't get me wrong, I love the show. Did I tell y'all I love the show? I'm obsessed with the show. Please do not get me wrong. But when I tell y'all everything about Sister Krona is anti-black AF. So for one, she's insane. Everybody's a little crazy, you know. Life is hard. Demons are in control of the earth, and like crazy stuff is happening. Humans are doing everything that they can to survive. But no, Sister Krona is crazy. For one, I hate the way she was drawn. I hate the whole art style of the show, to be honest. I know I was just talking about how much I love everything, but I hate the art style of the show. Not like it was bad, and like it got the point across. It was creepy, because the show was creepy, but it was creepy. I didn't like it. Their eyes, I could do without for my whole life. But Sister Krona, like, just took the creepiness to a whole new level. Like, for one, I feel like you can draw African American features without being gross. You know? We're beautiful peoples. Yes, you know, our lips are bigger and our noses are wider, but you can draw that without looking gross. But not Sister Krona. Sister Krona looked a hot mess. She also was a hot mess. She had this doll that she would break and sew back together. I'm pretty sure it was missing an eye. I don't know if it was missing an eye when we first saw the doll, but it was definitely missing an eye at some point. And she's just, I don't even know, y'all. She's so big. She's huge. She's huge. Another African American feature that I could have done without. Like, she's huge. And she sings everything, which I don't mind. I sing a lot, you know, especially like when I'm stressed out or I'm nervous or whatever. But she was like in the house. It was her room, the kids' rooms, and like mom's room was like over here somewhere. Why do they have this girl singing about destroying everybody? Like she ain't smack dab in the middle of everybody. So not only does she look funny and she's insane, but apparently she's stupid. Like, why? I hated it. I understand, like, her character was very important for the plot to move along. Because there was a part, she actually finds out that she was called in because they don't know who Isabella knew the whole time. They don't know who knows, but they know some of the children know. So that's why they call Sister Krona in the first place. So she's just like, oh, well, when kids know, like, you're supposed to report them and get them shipped out immediately. But Isabella didn't want to do that because when you turn 12, I take that back. I think I said the kids were already 12. They were about to turn 12. When you turn 12, that's when your meat is at top priority, like top quality. So she was trying to wait until they actually turned 12 before she shipped them out. Sister Krona obviously wanted them to be shipped out because she wanted to be a mother herself. That's like the way for women to survive. They become mothers of their own houses and they prepare other children to be shipped out and stuff. So she wanted to be the mom of that house, house 3, because it produces the best meat. Obviously, because they got 3 kids with perfect test scores. So she was basically trying to get Isabella in trouble. So it was just like that was weird already because, like, girl, it's not about to happen. Like, you can tell the whole time that it wasn't about to happen, but she was so adamant. And so instead of, like, I don't know, doing her job, she was like, oh, I'm gonna go play tag with the kids, which was also terrible because I felt like they were trying to be funny with the anti-blackness there too, like her being super, like, extra about running and super extra about all of her athletic abilities because she was black. But on top of that, like, she was snitching on herself. Like, oh, I know what happened. I know that you guys snuck over here, and I know that y'all did this, and I know that y'all did that. And you could tell the whole time she was building her own grave. Like, everybody else could tell what was going on but her. Like, that pissed me off the whole time. And at first, because when I was watching it, I was sitting there the whole time like, I don't know, it just seems anti-black to me. No, because I thought I was tripping, only to find out that the little black girl is not just Sister Krona. The little black girl, her name is Jemima. I don't know, it just seems a little anti-black to me. But anyway, back to the plot. So they are now getting good. They're training, everything's going fantastic. They have a rope. They realized, okay, so I told y'all the backyard, then there's a fence. Once you pass the fence, there's a wall, a giant wall. They got a rope for them to go over the wall. They actually end up going over the wall and finding out that there's a cliff. Like, so it's fence, forest, and then wall, cliff, like top of wall, cliff, like that's it. And then there's like land, but like there's space right here. So they, like, their next step is trying to figure out how to do that. Ray, since everyone knows that he's spying for Mom now, they're like trying to get extra stuff out of him. So like he's trying to figure out how to break the tracking devices. They found out they have tracking devices behind their ears. They're trying to break those without alarming anyone, and they end up like everything's like going pretty smooth. They got to figure out how they're going to get over the cliff, but for the most part everything's going pretty smooth. So Mom ends up telling Ray that she knows that he's double-crossed her and that she doesn't want him to spy for her anymore, and it's this whole big ordeal. And all of that's going on while the kids are trying to figure out what they're going to do about the cliff. And so as that's happening, she goes into the forest where the kids are, and she goes and she tells them like, hey, I know what you guys are doing. I know that you guys know what I'm doing, and I just want to let you know that it's not going to work. And everyone's freaking out, and Mom actually goes and breaks Emma's leg. And she tells everyone that Norman is getting shipped out tomorrow. And everyone's devastated. They go, and Ray and Emma go and tell Norman like, hey, you can leave today, or like you can leave and hide in the woods, and we'll like keep food for you and all of this other stuff. But Norman's not having it. He doesn't want them to get caught. He doesn't want anything to like mess up their plans, or he doesn't even want Mom to know how much of their plan that they have together. Like, so he's just like, bump it, like I'm not going nowhere. So my good man, my Norman, he dies. He gets shipped out, and it's terrible because Emma and Ray, like, they lose it. They're like so depressed and they're so sad. Sister Krona also dies. She goes and she tries to report Isabella to grandmother, who obviously is a level up above mother. And she ends up dying, and it's awful. Like, it's just terrible. So weeks pass, and nothing's happening. The little kids are like starting to realize that Emma and Ray have just lost it. Mom feels so proud of herself. And, you know, she tells Ray and Emma that they're going to get shipped out on Ray's birthday, which is coming up soon. And it's so sad. But the day before Ray's birthday, so Emma goes to the dining room and she's just like, Ray, just kidding. I haven't been depressed this whole time. We've still been working. Norman has actually set out a whole plan for us as to what to do after he dies so that we can get out safe. And Ray's just like, you know what? I've been making plans too. And Ray's just like, I'm going to set myself on fire so you guys can get out. And Emma's just like, dude, that has nothing to do with my plan. My plan's better than yours. So anyway, they go through that whole conversation about how Ray has actually been planning from the jump to sacrifice himself so that Norman and Emma can get out. But since Norman's not there anymore, he's going to set himself on fire so that they can get all of the kids out. Well, Emma's like, sir, that's not going to work. What really is about to happen is we're going to pretend that you set yourself on fire. And we are going to take all of the kids 6 and up, because that's, excuse me, because that's when they start shipping kids. They don't send them out before they turn 6. So they took everyone, I think they might have even took 5-year-olds, I'm not sure. But they took everyone that could be shipped with them. And it was this beautiful, glorious thing. You find out, like, while you're watching it, all the games that the kids and stuff were playing, like, in the background that you weren't really paying attention to. That's what helped them get over the cliff. They, like, zip line through. And I think, like, some of the boys, like, made rockets. And, like, they shot the rockets over so that they can zip line that way. And it's just this glorious thing. And Norman's narrating the whole time because, you know, just letting us know that, like, he's there with us in spirit, and he knew from the jump that we were going to be able to do it with or without him. And it's just this beautiful, glorious thing. They end up, there's this boy, my little baby Phil. He's going to be in charge of the next generation of kids. Well, not generation, but the next group of kids that get out. Emma's going to come back for them, and Phil's going to be in charge. And it's just this beautiful, wonderful thing. I tried to tell as much as I could so that you guys can know what I'm talking about, but not all the gritty details so that you guys can have a reason to watch it. But it's wonderful. I love it. Other than Sister Krona and the overall, like, I don't want to say that I hate the whole art style, because, like, the landscape is beautiful, the house is beautiful, they do a good job of everything else. It's just everything is so freaking creepy. And I mean, like, I guess it works. Like, it's a creepy show. Like, it's supposed to be creepy, but, like, I don't know. They didn't have to do it. They didn't have to do it like that. Like, certain stuff, like, certain angles that you catch the people in, like, their eyes. It's not even their whole life. Like, it's just the eyes. Like, I can't do the eyes. I love the character development. I love it, love it, love it. As I was telling you guys earlier, that they're children. They remind you that they're children, and I love that. They don't just, like, go overboard with, like, these plans. Like, it takes time, which is another thing. The episodes are named as the calendar dates, so, like, they let you guys know, like, this is taking time. It also makes you nervous, like, oh my gosh, how much time is passing, because they let you know from the beginning when Ray's birthday is, and so they let you know that everyone's getting shipped out on Ray's birthday. So as each episode passes, we're getting closer and closer to Ray's birthday, and it makes you nervous. It's great. I love it. It's a beautiful show. I'm probably going to watch it again when I'm done with this, just because I started talking about it again, and I haven't watched it for, like, a couple of weeks, so I'm probably going to watch it again. It was just beautiful. You guys should watch it. It's on Netflix. I'm sure it's on, like, Funimation or something too. I just love it. I love how easy it was to fall in love with Emma, Norman, and Ray. How easy it was to fall in love with the secondary characters as well. Like I said, my baby boy Phil, he wasn't, like, the main 3, but it was great to fall in love with him. You even feel sympathy and sadness for Isabella. Toward the end, they tell you her backstory,
and they tell you why she does what she does. Shoot, they even give Sister Krona a sad backstory that you feel for. Like, you just want to give everybody a big old hug, and you want to punch some demons in the face and give them a steak or something. Like, I don't know. It's just, it's beautiful. I love it. I want you guys to please, please, please go watch it from beginning to end. This is not one of those shows that you can like take breaks and like come back to it, because like, why would you do that? Like, you're gonna crave it. You're gonna crave it. So please, guys, go watch it, and when you're done watching it, come back, watch this video again, comment below, tell me what you think about the show. Tell me what you think about my retelling of it, if it was completely off and I'm just blabbering, which I feel like I'm doing. Go ahead and subscribe so you guys can listen to my next blabbering about the next anime that I'm watching. And go ahead and ring the bell as well so that you guys can get notifications for my other videos as well. And I hope you guys have a wonderful time watching Promised Neverland. I love y'all, and I will see y'all next time.